This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.
I could look at the work that she does all day long and never get bored. And sometimes I get a little bored doing things. Not here, though. There's so much creativity, color, ingenuity, excitement that goes into her interior designs, specializing in commercial spaces. But I do believe there might be a family situation coming our way that we're going to discuss today. I have to confirm that. MSA Interiors is her company. She's been doing this for decades and very effectively well. Marcy Sagel is on the program. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Thanks. Good to be here. Getting into the Thanksgiving holiday. I'm excited to get a couple days off. So thanks.
Yeah. You are like nonstop. I don't know what fuels you, caffeine or whatever it is, but you don't stop.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I need a day off though.
Well, you're getting it, but not today.
Yeah.
We're going to look at one of your projects, and I thought you said we were going to do a multifamily situation. Did I hear that right?
Yes, we're going to look at multifamily, which is apartments, large scale apartments that we work on pretty regularly around the country.
Gotcha. Let's dig in.
All right.
Looking forward to seeing it. If you're watching this, we're going to take a look at the photos from this project. If not, if you're listening, we'll explain them. And this one is actually featured on the homepage of your website.
Yeah, this is the most least effective area of the whole space, I would call it. It's the mail area and package area, which is right as you walk in the door on the right-hand side. It's got to be easily accessible to mail, package delivery, and all of that. So I just started out with that, which was not the picture I wanted, but I'm going to move through it pretty quickly. So it's got to be super durable. You're putting carts through the system and moving the packages to the back corner room. And so lots of tile, lots of finishes that can hold up.
You know what? Before you go to the next picture, and I'm actually glad you started with this one because, many times we see the splashes of color and the couches and all of that. This is a different look, and there's more to it than you might think. In your design, I got to believe you have to leave enough space around those storage lockers that a cart can go through there, that people can stand there together as they get their packages. This is not just throw up a couple of storage lockers and we're good to go, right?
That's correct. And it also has to be ADA, have to be able to get a wheelchair through there. So, and the height of the counter also has to be accessible for a wheelchair. So all of those things have to be taken into consideration, codes and compliance as we design.
Interesting. And I'm noticing a best description here, lack of like pop color. Everything seems to be kind of a darker color in this room. Any reason why, or is that's just the way it's looking on the screen?
So as we move through the project, you're going to see that we have a lot of pops of color, but there's this is a lower height ceiling. And when you walk in the front door, which is just to the right of this project, it's all glass. That glass behind the mail area carries all the way around to the right. And then there's a big entrance door with a concierge desk. And the reason we didn't put color here is because the minute you walk into the large space, which has the really high ceilings, you're going to see a lot of different things going on at once. So this area could be a little quieter in color. And really and truly, it's like a drop down. You're going to take a look at your mail, throw the junk mail away right there. We have, hidden trash cans. You're going to move from that space right to the elevator and right to the main space. So
final question on this locker room mail area.
Yeah.
Did you intentionally keep the colors a little bit muted because you want the other area to really, the main area to really pop?
Yes. And so in some instances where the mail and package area is a major feature, we designed that as a major feature. This was more of a quieter feature. So we kept it kind of subdued and quieter. But when we do have spaces that we are walking through a main area where the mail and packages are, we make it look pretty fancy and we kind of jazz it up with art and things hanging over it and really kind of give it much more excitement. This one, we kept it quieter.
But very functional.
Yeah.
Very
so
functional.
See. So this is one of the main spaces and it's got a lot going on in it. Obviously we have a lot of different sitting areas. This is like a 300 unit plus building, and it's called the Lofts at Yard 56. And it was on a budget, a very tight budget, I might add. So as we move through the project, I'll just show you some things and ways that we save money. And the first thing is on the top here to the right, there's that sort of canvas, white canvas with the black movement going on it. We created that piece because we needed a very large scale art piece to go on the concrete to just take your eye off of plain concrete. So that's why we created that. And we custom do these. It's a little quieter, but you can see it from the outside. We have 2-story window storefront as you walk by. And so we just wanted to give something that people could see as they're walking past.
Is it me, or is this doing a certain job that above the fireplace, you have a very large dark area, and below it, a bright color, sort of golden yellow. That whole black column that goes up there, it's pulling my eye down. Is that intentional?
It is. It's purposeful. So because the ceiling is so high and we have unfinished ceiling in the majority of the space, because that's the way the developer wanted to do it. It saves money, but it also, in this area, that's why it's called Lofts at Yard 56. It's got more of that rustic vibe. And it is directly across the street from Johns Hopkins Bayview, which is an annex of Johns Hopkins Hospital, which has a lot of their facilities and a lot of doctors. And so this is an area that did not have apartment housing. And so it was going to be the first in the area. And they created a whole center with, all kinds of shops, everything from coffee to restaurants to a food and gym. So we wanted to make this feel really comfortable, and it's a secure building because most of the buildings that we do are secure. It has concierge with the security desk, fob in. And so we wanted it to have that sort of comfortable home feeling. And to do that, you bring everything down lower when it has a high ceiling. And so that's what we did here. So
looking over at before we change pictures here, at the far wall, which is mostly white, up above, just below the ceiling, I'm seeing these vertical lines, and I can't really tell what that is. What is that?
The vertical lines in the far back area?
Yeah, it almost looks like branches. If I did, I don't know the best description, up by the ceiling, and they're and pretty big size. What is that?
So that is plumbing, actually, plumbing and electrical running on the ceiling.
No, below that.
Below it. Okay. That's outside on the courtyard. That's the exterior of the building. It's the cladding of the building.
So that's a window?
Yeah. It's a window back there and a glass storefront. And yep. And then to the right where the horizontal lines are is a garage that opens up to the outside.
Wow. Okay.
A glass garage.
Now I got it.
Okay.
One final question, because it's on my mind, and I don't know if you know the answer on this one. The word yard comes up a lot. By me, they completely renovated a railroad station, and there was parking garages and just vacant areas. Now it's all kind of what we're talking about here, apartments and everything. They call it, because it's by a train station yards. The word yard being used a lot. Yard 56 in this. Is there a reason for that? Is there a meaning?
I think the plot of land had that in the plot of land. And so they utilize that sometimes in the name. We go through so many branding exercises for the ownership to come up with a name. And sometimes I love the names and other times I don't really love the names. In this case, I really think it fits it perfectly. It's a area that they developed into its own area. Basically, it wasn't a go-to place for people to go to, and now it is. So they are planning a phase 2. This leased up in like rapid time. The whole space was very well received.
Wow. Well, certainly this being called Lofts at Yard 56, anytime you hear the word loft, it's a positive, right away, whether it's in a house or here, um, wide open ceiling, high, lots of space. So it's definitely, I always view it as a positive.
Mm-hmm.
What else we got here?
What else? Let's see. So you can see that we're moving to a different area of the space. You can really see the ceiling now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So to the far back area where the navy wraparound ceiling, to save money, we used a wall covering. Okay. A commercial rated wall covering. And we did an art piece here that we custom designed that's 3-dimensional. And if you look to one direction, it looks like water and waves. And if you look to the other direction, I'm going to show you what that is in another photo, just to kind of change it up a little bit, make it feel a little bit different from each direction. And let's see. Hang on a sec. Just to give you the other side. You can see the garage door in the back there. The glass garage door opens to an outside sort of green area.
Yep. Nice. So what we're looking at here is kind of the foyer, the main open area, the community area of the property, right?
It's called the main amenity area or lobby area, and it has different areas. We try to activate the different areas depending on what the client wants. And basically, we wanted to give an outside area. This does not have a pool, but it does have an outside deck upstairs, which is not in any of the photographs, but it does have another outside area. And in phase 2, I think they're planning to put a pool that both buildings will share.
Wow.
And this is what we call a show kitchen or party kitchen that has pretty much everything you need to warm and cool anything if you want to have like a community party or you want to rent it out, that kind of thing.
I get a feeling, and I mean this in such a positive way. I almost feel like I'm at a hotel, like a Hilton Garden Inn. That's, times 3. That kind of.
That's exactly what we do. We design these to be like a home away from home for people.
Yes.
We want people to feel like they live in a very high level place.
Yes.
And your unit is your unit, but when you bring people over, you're walking them through the amenity space and showing it off. That's what you do.
Yeah.
So,
and it's impressive when somebody walks through there. And I got to believe, since this area is fairly big, that even if you have a few people, even 10, it doesn't look at all crowded.
Yeah. And, we have multiple areas that we create where you can carve out different spaces. You can rent them out. You can just hang out. And as we move through a couple more photos, I'll show you what that looks like.
Sure.
So you can see behind the frosted glass is a smaller gym. And the reason it's a smaller gym is because we have a giant gym in their property that they have, the developer has leased out to a very large gym company. So they want to offer people some type of an at-home gym for free. And then they're encouraging people to go get a gym membership. Like if you have a lease here, you might get a discount on the gym membership, which is a 2-second walk from the front door.
What an interesting dynamic going on there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
So here you can see the other side of that artwork. It's actually a crab.
Yeah.
And the other side was like a blue abstract sort of art water sort of element. And now you can see the outside of the shopping center that they've created.
So to make sure we have that piece of artwork right, if you look at it one way, it looks, get one look. You look at it another way, it has another look?
It does. Yeah.
Wow. I saw it.
And we create those. Yeah.
It was an anime sticker on the back of a vehicle in my neighborhood. I was just walking my dog, and I guess the person's very much into anime. You look at it one way, and you remember from a kid where it looks one way, and you turn your head and it looks another way. It's kind of what I'm getting from this artwork. How cool is that, though? I think every piece of artwork could be like that.
It's great. And we have it made for, on a budget, and it kind of works. But the beautiful thing here is that, after a property gets a little bit sort of like, you want to make some changes to it, maybe after 3, 5, 10 years, we can change the art. We can change the blue, wrap. We can change out all the pillows. We
Sure.
can change the accessories. We can do things to make it look like a completely different property and give it a facelift without doing too much dollar wise. It just it's a cheaper way of giving the changes over a course of time. Every property puts in a budget every year for any kind of revisions. And so we try to make those revisions easier to do and more palatable dollar wise.
And I would imagine that's a $50 Marcy tip for even somebody looking to change up their residential situation without spending a lot,
Definitely.
just by, change the artwork, the pillows. You mentioned before commercial grade wall covering. And I wonder, because I could see commercial grade couch going to get, somewhat abused, a rug. Why is a wall covering that important, especially when you're looking at the budget? Why does it truly have to be commercial grade?
So it has to be fire rated. And so unlike residential, it has to meet a fire code.
Gotcha.
And so we are selecting, there's huge amounts of great selections out there now, to the point where the residential and commercial are crossing over and people are using them for both things. But we, to code, because it's a public building, we have to use certain materials that meet code, and that meets code.
Totally got it. Okay.
Smaller gym. There's a whole other side of it with weights and that kind of thing. So we just try to activate it, make it fun. It has a wheelchair ramp. Again, just a little bit for someone that wants to have a home gym to come in the middle of the night, because you can fob right in. Can't sleep. You can go downstairs to the gym and use it 24 hours.
On the wall there, you have a sort of slightly abstract, from what I can tell, but very clear pops of color of people doing exercise, somebody biking, somebody running, it looks like. Is that wallpaper?
It is. And we custom do them. We do them all the time. And it's basically, again, another space where we can change it up in a year or two if we just want to give it a different look, and not terribly expensive. It just gives a little bit of, dimension to the space. Dimension
and pops of color, because it's nothing wrong with gym equipment and, white walls, but seeing that is like, you know what? You're there to work out. It's all about energy when you're working out as well. And I get that from that wall covering.
Yeah, it's great. It's just a little pop of something, and the brick in the background just gives it a little bit more of a dimension.
Final question on that. Is that brick part of the wall covering?
It is.
That just makes it even better. Wow.
And this is a TV room. The gym is straight behind it with frosted glass. You can see fitness center. This is just a TV and game room. People can do gaming in here. There's lots of areas in here. There's arcades. There's, I think we have a pool table in here and a number of other things. So strictly TV game.
I love how every area is a little bit different, although, it looks like the couches are similar in terms of color, but it's what you put around it.
Yep. And it's got like a pleather on it. It feels like leather. It just holds up to a lot of traffic, and a lot of wear and tear. So
beautiful.
And the ottomans are to move around for people to have extra seating. And then there's seating behind the couch as well. And just kind of like maximizing all of our spaces.
Even those table looking things there, which are very unique. It's almost hard to describe them, but they could serve as tables or seats, right?
I'm sorry. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Everything in there is maximizing the amount of people that can go in there.
Yep.
Especially this is a rentable space. You can use it anytime, but it's also rentable if you want to have a private party.
Beautiful. Got a minute or so left. What else should we look at?
let's see, just another area of the backside of the amenity.
Mm.
And I haven't looked at all of these, so I don't really know exactly what I'm looking at, but outside area, just some comfortable swing chairs.
Love it.
I call those nest chairs.
And they fit so well. Oh, these. Okay. Look at these, the outside area. Those are, it's like little pods.
Exactly. And they're really comfortable. And,
Yeah.
on a nice day, you can sit out there and, get some sunshine, come out of your space with your laptop and just do some work.
Is that AstroTurf?
It is.
Yeah, it is. That is the way to go. I'm connected to a restaurant that has a wide open area. They finally opened it this year, and just had the conversation with one of the owners, and he was like, "Yeah, we're gonna put grass down. Then we had to worry about this, that, and the other thing. We just put that turf down. Now,
Yeah.
it always looks great. Don't have to worry about mud, and it's kind of the way to go when when you add with sprinklers and everything else going into it.
Yeah. And
Love it.
I mean, it's people want to sit outside. They just do. They want to get some fresh air, especially after COVID. People want to just like take themselves outside,
Yep.
feel like they can just hang out. This had a very rustic landscape in the courtyard. I tend to like things a little bit more structured from a landscaping. But this is what the client picked with the landscape architect, and we had to work with whatever they give us. So there's a lot of spaces out here that are activated, including barbecue grills and private dining, so that you can sort of bring food down, have your own little outdoor barbecue area. So
this project is like all of them. And I'm not saying this because we're on here, but it's spectacular. It's got such a nice positive vibe, open area. You want to be there. Like I'm looking right now, I'll cancel my plans tonight. I'll go there because it's so nice.
I mean, I appreciate that. It's just, we're trying to make it so that people really enjoy living in a rented space, because these are rented apartments.
Sure.
And so we want people to feel like they have lots of fun areas to go to, and that they may be there for a period of time doing the residency or their fellowship. We have a lot of doctors in this building and a lot of nurses that work across the street.
Yeah.
And so there's a medical office building literally just outside that's part of this whole complex. And, it's just an easy place for people to live if they're going to be working a zillion hours.
Plus, with the way rents are, I'm in the New York area. They're high. You want to feel like you're getting value. I want us to put up your website in the lower third of the video. So let's unshare and tell everybody it's msainteriors.com. And you're the go-to when it comes to any kind of commercial. I'm stuck on residential because I'm looking at this for ideas. But I love what you do, Marcy. It's amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate that. We love it. I'm super passionate about what I do and just love every single project gives us a new challenge. And that's the fun part.
It's fun being with you and looking at these projects. Thank you for today, and happy Thanksgiving. Looking forward next time we get together.
Thank you to you as well.
All right. We are
care.
coming right back. Hang on.
This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.